Hi church, it's a new week, so I thought it would be good just to begin this Monday by sharing some news with regards to what is going on in life of the church before we go to the word for today, this morning. Well, as you know, this evening we have prayer in the church building at 7:30. It's a shorter time of prayer lasting about 45 minutes, and if you're coming, please remember to bring a face mask. Also, I just wanted to mention to you that next week, probably starting on Monday morning, we're going to be beginning a new series, just a short series in the Gospel of Luke. So if you're able to read part of the Gospel of Luke in your own quiet times, that would be great. Also, the next time that we're going to be taking communion as a church will be on Sunday the 20th of September after our online service, so please remember to get grape juice and bread in the house for that. Now, I also wanted to mention to you that many will remember that Hervé Gillois, Prophet Hervé Gillois from France, had planned to come to the church this November. However, because of COVID-19 and all the uncertainty with regards to travel and just all the uncertainty in general, what we've had to do is we've had to cancel Hervé's visit this year for November 2020. However, don't worry, we know that Hervé really wants to be with us, so he's going to rearrange his visit to Full Gospel Church for November 2021. Of course, God willing. We don't really know what's around the corner. That's one of the things that we've all learned in 2020, but God does. And Hervé is planning to come to Full Gospel Church in November 2021, God willing. I hope you can be part of his visit next year. Now, for the word for today, this morning, the former pastor of Full Gospel Church, David, has prepared a short word for us. So sit back, relax, and allow God to speak to your heart.
Hi. In Psalm 8, David says, "O Lord our God, how majestic is your name in all the earth." Majestic. I've always been interested in words, and you can't help noticing that there are words in the Bible referring to God and his works, which we don't often use in everyday language. Words like majestic, wonderful, magnificent, exalted. There is one such word which, in the last couple of decades, has crept into people's everyday language, and that's the word awesome. Awesome literally refers to something which inspires awe, wonder, amazement in us. Sadly, in everyday usage, it no longer means that. It's just become another word for great, good, brilliant. Now, the danger here is that if we're not careful, we can lose sight of how majestic, how wonderful, and how awesome our God really is. Our everyday lives are full of dealing with the mundane, the ordinary, paying the bills, dealing with relationship problems, being wrapped up in our work, just coping with normal life. But God is so much bigger than that, and he wants to be a part of our everyday life, but not in a way that means we bring him down to our level. Rather, he wants to increase our vision of how great he is. He wants to help us see him as he really is. There's a worship song you may know by Don Moen called "Be Magnified." And the first line says, "I have made you too small in my eyes." That's all too possible for us, even as Christians, that we make God far too small in our minds, in our experience. Let's go back to awesome and majestic. Think of a time when you've looked at a beautiful sunset or held a newborn baby in your arms and genuinely felt full of awe and wonder. Even in this fallen world, there's still so much evidence of the amazing, glorious nature of our Creator. That's true of God's creative power. But think about the awesome nature of his love. Please never reduce your concept of his love to something resembling human love. He is love. He loves us as we are today. His love is unconditional. And what about his forgiveness? Because of what Jesus did on the cross, we have full forgiveness, and therefore there's no longer judgment and condemnation hanging over us. Now, the fact is that the devil and the world conspire to try to make us think of God as being so small, so insignificant. On the one hand, there's so much suffering, so much sadness, so much pain that it's easy for our eyes and our mind to focus on that rather than on the majesty of God. On the other hand, the devil tries so hard to condemn us for the sins and failures of our past that we can lose sight of the amazing wonder of God's grace and love and forgiveness. I want to encourage you to spend a few moments today simply reflecting on the awesome nature of God. You can choose one aspect of his nature, his creative power, his love, his kindness, his goodness, his forgiveness. Meditate on how majestic, how wonderful, how magnificent he is, and let's be determined never to make him too small in our eyes. God bless you.